What do you like to be called?
Bob, Robert.
Bob? Need a minute to wake up, anything? Sean? Alright. My name's Eric. This is Chris. Alright, I'm an investigator for Baltimore County. Okay? Obviously, we want to get a couple things about you. See what's going on today. First and foremost, I have to read you a couple things. Now, you may have heard these before. How old are you?
15.
15? Okay. You're reading, writing, all that stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's Robert. What's your middle name, bud?
Wayne.
What's your last name?
Gladden. Gladden.
You said 15?
Yeah.
What's your birthday?
August 5th, 1997.
You're currently a sophomore? Is that what it is? 10th
Yeah.
grade? You said you're reading, right? Alright, what this is going to advise you of your rights. I just want you to listen. If there's anything on here that you don't get, a word, a phrase, anything, just stop me.
Right.
And we'll go over it together and make sure that you have an understanding of it, okay? These first 5 things I'm going to read you are pretty much, you just need to understand what the words mean, okay? We'll go over it together. You have the absolute right to remain silent, okay? Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk with a lawyer at any time before or during any questioning. If you want a lawyer and cannot afford one, you can request the court to appoint a lawyer prior to any questioning. Number 5 says, if you agree to answer questions, you may stop at any time and no further questions will be asked of you. You understand what the words, just the phrases 1 through 5? If we decide to have a conversation about anything, and I get to something that you don't want to talk about, you can simply say, I don't want to talk about that. We'll move on to something else. All right, does that sound reasonable?
Yes.
All right, what this paragraph here says is very important. I have read and understand this explanation of my rights. My decision to waive these rights in the interview is free and voluntary on my part. Key words, free and voluntary. I'm not going to make you do anything. I'm not going to promise you anything.
Right.
So you understand what free and voluntary means? Okay, with this in mind, can we have a conversation about what's going on today?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can you sign right there? Your good old legal signature. You want date and time, man? It's August 27th. Well, you got it. 3:30. So what's going on today, man?
I was just gonna kill myself, but like a month or 2 ago, or actually, the first time I thought about killing myself was in 4th grade, but I was so young, I figured I'd wait. But today, about 2 months ago, I was just gonna kill myself. Then I realized wouldn't get the point across, like how messed up the world is. So then I was like, might as well just kill a couple kids and then off myself. So I went there and I had broken down the gun and I had it in a bag.
Mm-hmm.
And I took it into the bathroom and put it up, and then I walked into the cafeteria and I didn't really have any one person that I was trying to kill. I just turned to the side and shot.
Okay.
And then like before I could even get the second shot off, a teacher came over and like pushed me up against a vending machine. So then I was stuck there and just gave up.
Okay. When did you come about this decision?
I had thought about doing it as far as last year, but never really thought about it much until about a month ago.
Is that when you chose to do it on the first day of school?
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you get the gun from?
I found it at my dad's house.
Yeah, you just found it? And the bullets?
Yeah.
Were they with the gun?
Yeah.
Were there any other guns there?
No.
Did you take any other guns with you today?
Mm-hmm.
Pistols or anything like that? Any other, anything gonna blow up, hurt your body later today, tomorrow, nothing like that?
Nope.
Just the backpack was it?
Mm-hmm.
What else did you have in that backpack with you?
That was a bottle of vodka, but that was it.
Okay. Had you drank any of that today?
Just a little bit. There wasn't much in there.
No. Did that make you drunk?
No.
No? Okay. Did you talk to anybody this morning before you did it? Did you tell anybody what your plans were?
I told a couple of people that I loved them, but I didn't tell anyone what I was doing.
Okay. So you didn't lay your plan out to anybody specifically?
Mm.
Do you have any specific friends in school?
There's really two kids that I really talk to, and it's Evan Postlewaite and Tyler Medley.
Okay. Did you tell them what you were planning?
Mm-hmm. I told they had the same lunch as me.
Yeah.
And I told them to leave before I did it, but I didn't tell them what I was doing.
You just told them to leave?
Yeah.
Did they ask why?
Yeah, I said I'm about to do something, and I was like, leave unless you want to get hurt. And then I don't know if they left, because after I said that, I went to the bathroom.
Okay. Anything else happen in school today? Anything in the cafeteria? I mean, you came to school with this purpose today, right?
Yeah.
And you brought the gun. How'd you get to school?
Bus.
Just a regular old school bus?
Yeah.
You just broke the gun down, put it in the bag? Okay. No other problems this morning?
Mm-hmm.
Did you make it to your first class?
Yeah.
Yeah. What class was that?
It was, I think, career research and development.
Okay. That sounds exciting. So you just waited till lunch?
Mm-hmm.
And you didn't pick anybody specifically?
No.
You just...
I
mean, did you just stand up at your lunch table? Tell me how this went.
I had it in the bag, so I went into the bathroom and I assembled it in there. And the pants I had really deep pockets, so I put the stock in the pocket and then put it under my shirt.
Okay.
And as soon as I got in the cafeteria, I just pulled it out and turned to the side and pulled one trigger.
Okay.
And then the teacher came over and grabbed me, and the gun was like that. So then it was stuck there, and I just let go.
Okay. Did the gun go off a second time?
Yeah, but it didn't hit anyone.
Didn't hit anybody?
That I'm aware of.
Okay. So the first time you shot, you were trying to shoot somebody?
Yeah. You
just didn't care who at that point? Do you know what kind of bullets goes in that gun?
16 gauge.
16 gauge. Okay. Any had you ever seen that gun before?
Yeah.
Before you had. Did you ever take pictures of it or show it to anybody or anything like that?
No.
No? Facebook, anything good like that?
Mm-hmm.
No? Okay. Did you fire any rounds off anywhere else just to practice, just to make sure it worked?
No.
No. How many bullets did you take with you today?
21.
Why so many?
Figured if I'm going to do it, might as well go a lot.
So I believe you said in the beginning you were going to save the last bullet for you?
Yeah.
So how many bullets did you have?
21.
So how would this have worked out ideally for you?
Gotten as many as I could and then gotten to kill myself.
So you wanted to kill as many people as you could in the school. Why'd you pick the cafeteria?
There's kids there at once.
Yeah, that's where the largest group would be?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you were just going to kill yourself at the end of it?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like Columbine or something, isn't it? Are you familiar with that? Is that before your time?
Know what it is.
Have you read about it or anything?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? A lot?
Not a lot, but I know about it.
Yeah. No one else involved in this?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody helped you, opened up the door or anything like that?
Nope.
Did you gain inspiration from anything else?
Not really.
No?
Are you familiar with guns?
Mm-hmm. I've been shooting them since I was about 6.
You familiar with that specific gun you took today?
No. I didn't know they even made 16 gauges.
Okay. How were you able to, you said you got it into a bag, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a big gun.
It's like you just, like on double barrels, take the foregrip, and almost everyone's got the indent at the top, and you can pull that down, and then you just pull that hammer over, and then they slide, and it comes into 3 pieces.
Okay. That's how you brought it to school?
Yeah.
Okay.
How'd you figure out how to do that?
I looked it up.
Like on the internet or go to the library or what?
Internet.
Okay. When did you do that?
About Thursday night of last week.
Oh, okay. It's recent.
Is that when you found the gun? Is that when you looked it up?
Yeah.
Is there any other guns in the house?
Not that I know of.
Oh, okay. Whose gun is it?
I'm pretty sure it's one of my dad's friends' guns, because he would let my dad borrow it, but I don't know for certain.
Okay. And now, who do you live with? Your mom or your dad?
Both. Like, I go back every
Back and
week.
forth? Okay. So where does your dad live? Which house?
358 Grovethorne Road in Hawthorne.
So your dad lives at Grovethorne. Okay. And you don't know of any other guns in that house?
Mm-hmm.
Did you take all the ammunition with you? Did you leave any bullets
That I
behind?
know of, I took all.
Okay. Now, a lot of times, things like this happen. People leave messages behind just so everybody's clear on their intentions. Did you leave any notes? Or...
They searched me, and I had a note in my pocket. I don't know what they did with it.
Okay. What was that note about?
It was just, I was really making it like a joke of a note. Like, I'm in a band, and it's really just a joke.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, basically 2 paragraphs of the note was just telling people to listen to my band.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, I was just, like, writing really random stuff, like I would write something, and then that made sense, and then out of nowhere, I was just like, oh, dang, forgot to feed my fish, just so people would get confused, and,
Mm-hmm.
like, but I don't know what they did with that.
Okay. No other video postings or?
I mean, on Facebook, my class before lunch, or, the class before lunch, I said, today's the first day of school and the last day of my life, but that's it. It's not a video, it's just words.
No, what time was that, you think?
Probably like 10, 20.
So you made up your mind?
Or no, not 10, 20, because that's lunch. Probably 10.
Okay. So your mind was made up at that point?
Mm-hmm.
It was getting done?
Yeah.
Did you think about doing any other, instead of the cafeteria, maybe homeroom? Any specific teachers in mind or anything?
When I very first thought about doing it,
yeah.
Like mainly back last year, I had a teacher that was really just a big bitch,
okay.
And I thought about taking her out, but I figured it'd be too much work, so.
You don't have a class with her this year?
No.
Okay. So you decided on the cafeteria, because that's where you get the most impact?
Mm-hmm.
Did you aim for any of the teachers that were in there?
No.
Or... Did you talk to anybody right before you did it? Single anybody out by name? See anybody in the bathroom?
My 2 friends, I told them to leave. Oh wait, I think I told you that.
Is that Tyler and Evan?
Yeah. And in the bathroom, there were kids in there, but I went into a stall. I closed the door so they didn't see me assemble it or anything.
Oh, I got you. Does it say nobody stopped you? Or so nobody freaked out?
No one saw me.
But I mean, is that why you went into a stall?
Oh, yeah, so no one stopped me.
I got you. Okay. How do you feel now?
Same.
Same? Same as what?
Same as always.
Okay. Don't feel good? Don't feel remorseful?
Not really.
You wouldn't go back and change it if you could?
I was fired the first shot, then immediately killed myself this time.
Oh, okay. So you just killed yourself quicker? Is there any one thing that drove you to this? I mean, you said you've been thinking about it for a while. I mean, did you plan it? Did you take notes? Did you do, a lot of people do a lot of different things to prep and plan,
I didn't really plan it out. Like, I did it. I got it all prepared pretty much the night before school.
Okay.
I didn't know when I was going back to my mom's house. I didn't know when I was going anywhere, so I just waited. And then it was literally Sunday in the daytime is when I actually broke the gun down and put it in the bag and then left.
Okay. So you broke the gun down at your dad's?
Yeah.
And you put it in the bag and then you left?
Yeah, I went to my mom's house.
Okay. So you actually took the bus from your mom's house?
Yeah.
To school. What house is that? Where's that?
Kingsville.
Okay. Is that on Bradshaw or something?
Yeah.
Okay, so you took the bus from Bradshaw Road. Did you talk to anybody on the bus?
No.
When did you drink your vodka?
When I went to the bathroom. Or actually, as I was walking up to the bus stop, I drank a little, and I took one sip on the bus before anyone else got on, because I'm the first one on.
Okay.
And then I had a little bit more in the bathroom, but then it was pretty much all gone.
Okay. But not enough to do a lot of damage, right?
No.
Now, did you go into the cafeteria and sit there for a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay, before, did you talk to Tyler and Evan or something like that?
Yeah.
At some point you just got up and walked out?
Yeah.
Is that when you told them you guys should probably leave?
Yeah.
Okay. Who else was sitting there with you when that happened?
Me, Tyler, Evan, and a bunch of other kids.
Did a bunch of other kids, did they know what was about to go on?
No.
Did you tell them to leave?
They heard me tell Tyler and Evan leave, and they left with them.
Do you remember who they were?
No.
You don't know, you just don't know them? Just
I don't
know the
know.
kids? Okay. So if you went in there wildly shooting, you just wanted to make sure that you didn't get Tyler or Evan.
Mm-hmm.
That was it? They're friends of yours?
Yeah.
Have you ever told them things in the past? That maybe you had these thoughts or feelings or anything?
No.
No? Just kind of kept it in? Yeah. What else is going on?
Nothing really.
Just to be certain, there's nothing out there that's going to hurt anybody. We didn't do anything to, no cars, not your mom's house or anything like that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why do you think this was necessary? Explain to me.
Make a point.
What's your point?
The people that the world's a fucked up place.
Mm-hmm. You have any other point of views behind this?
Not really.
No. Did you explain anything further in your note?
I said, really don't enjoy life.
Mm-hmm.
Really no point. I'm pretty sure that's it.
Okay. I think you mentioned some music, maybe some religious stuff. Is there anything religious behind this?
No, religion wouldn't call it. It's like fucking with Christians.
Just fucking with Christians? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I think it's funny.
I just think it's funny. Okay. Take me through your day one more time. What time did you get up? Could you sleep last night?
No, I didn't go to sleep.
Stayed up all night?
Yeah.
Just mind racing?
Yeah, around 5:50, I went down, took a shower, came back up around 6:20, left for the bus. Got to school around 7, and then got to my class around 7:20.
Mm-hmm.
After that, went to weight training. It's my second class. Then I went to art histories, and then went to lunch.
You knew the whole time this was going to happen? Did you have any other problems with anybody in the cafeteria? Guys throwing stuff at you or something like that apparently?
It wasn't directly at me, it just passed by me.
Yeah.
So I was like, you're gonna fucking die. And then they were like, what? And then they said they want to fight. And I was like, give me 10 more minutes. Because at that point it was only like 10:15. I wanted to wait till lunch was almost over.
Why did you want to wait till lunch was almost over?
I don't know.
Just something you picked?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you have a specific time in mind?
No.
Okay. Was it at that point you got up and walked out after you told them that you're going to die?
Yeah, because like they were acting like they were gonna come over, and the kid was a pretty big kid,
Mm-hmm.
and he was coming over acting like he wanted to fight. So I was like, all right, hold on. And then I went over, and as I was walking out of the bathroom, he was actually walking into the bathroom. So
Yeah.
I don't know what he was doing, but then I just walked in, turned to the side, and shot.
Okay. Bathroom's right outside the cafeteria, I guess?
Yeah.
Is that why you picked to go in there to break it, build it back up and hide it under your shirt? What did he do after he saw you coming out? He didn't see the gun though, right?
I don't think so.
No.
But he didn't do anything.
No. Did you try to pull it out and shoot him or anything?
No.
Did he follow you into the cafeteria?
I don't know. I didn't look behind me.
Okay. You just went in. Did you pull it out immediately? Did you walk over to the middle?
Yeah, as soon as I walked through the door. Like the way I set up, the doors are here, and then there's tables over here, and then like a middle aisle, tables. And as soon as I walked through this door, I just turned to the side and shot.
Okay. Did you aim it?
No, I just kind of went like
Show
that.
me how you did it. Stand up. Show me how you did it.
I walked in.
Under which sleeve was it?
This one, I walked in, I went like that, pulled it up and out, and I just turned and went like that.
Just pulled it out and leveled it?
Yeah.
Did you just aim for a mass of people?
Yeah, because it was a pretty big group.
Okay.
And I just went like that.
Just went for the biggest group?
Yeah.
Get to both stuff. Okay. Was it a teacher that grabbed you or a student or something?
The teacher from over on this side came over, and I didn't see him, so he grabbed me, and the gun was like that, and up against my chest. So then at that point, I just let go, and him and another teacher and a police officer there came over and got me down.
Now, at some point, that gun went off a second time.
Yeah, as they were up against me, I pulled the trigger again.
So you pulled it again?
Just to see if they would let go.
Oh, okay.
They didn't.
But they didn't. Now, if that second shot would have hit anybody, that wouldn't have mattered, would it? No. Were you trying to get it to yourself or towards one of them, or they just have you pinned up so you pulled the trigger?
Yeah, they just had me pinned up, so I pulled it.
Okay. So if they wouldn't have interjected like that, if the teachers would have just ran, what would you have done? Did you think that far?
I fired again, reloaded, fired as much as I could.
How does that gun reload? You said it's a double barrel?
Yeah, it's side by side, and you go like that, and it twins down.
It's got a little like switch type thing?
Yeah.
Oh, does it just like break open, like pops open?
Yeah.
And the rounds come out? Had you practiced that before?
Yeah.
That's kind of hard, man.
Every time you reload it, safety gets switched on.
Okay.
So I was like, it's gonna stop if I sit there and get it open, take all that time, and then I start pulling the trigger, then it's on safety, and then someone comes over and stops me.
So did you practice that?
Yeah.
Break it open, put it in, get the safety off so you could
Not much, but
get back to it?
just a little bit.
Just a little bit. But just enough to familiarize yourself with it, right? And how many rounds did you take, you think?
It was 21.
Did you pick that for a specific reason?
Just figured 20, and then one for myself.
21 for yourself. How many did they kill in Columbine?
I think it was 15, including themselves.
Okay. So you weren't trying to like outdo them by one or anything like that, were you?
No.
No. Do you think you have anything in common with them?
Not really, because I'm like pretty sure they were bullied. I've never been bullied.
So you're not bullied. So you didn't go in with a certain agenda or certain hit list. So nobody's really bullying you. This is just a statement that Bob was trying to make in the cafeteria on the first day of school. That's it. And that the world is I believe that was your quote, just because the world's a fucked up place. And you just want to show people that.
Yeah.
Anything else? Obviously your plan didn't go as you wanted. Anything else you want to get out there, relay to anybody?
Not really.
No? Where do you see yourself from here?
Like, what do you mean?
What's going to happen to you next? What do you want to happen to you?
I don't know. Do they send 15-year-olds to jail?
I've seen it done, yes.
Okay, well, maybe not. That's not. And geez, I don't know.
What would you want to happen?
Death penalty.
Why?
Second is time. The way I look at it, there's like 2,500 kids in that school. And as soon as I took the gun in, all their lives were at stake. So I just plead guilty of first degree attempted murder or whatever. 2,500 counts. Maybe they'll give it or something.
You got no other options?
I have other options, I just don't want them.
Okay. Had you planned any other or thought about any other ways to get your point across? Anything smaller, bigger? Anything like that? No? School bus full of kids, something like that? And nothing?
I never thought about that.
No? You didn't tell anybody?
No.
Do you think they would have believed you if you told them?
Probably not.
No. Now, did you not tell them because you don't want to get them in trouble, or because you didn't want them to get in the way and stop you?
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both. Okay. Fair enough. So you took the gun. Your dad didn't know about it.
Nope.
Where did he keep it in the house?
Oh, my stepmom was pregnant, so we were moving all the rooms around. My room got moved to the basement, and I guess he forgot it was down there because it was on top of the dresser.
Okay.
So a pretty big dresser. And it's a small red case up there. Took it down, looked at it, and that was there. And that was pretty handy.
Now, is that where your plan kind of grew legs, as they speak? What if you'd never found that gun? How would you have got your point across?
I mean, my stepdad has guns, but he keeps them locked in a safe, so
Okay.
it would have been much harder to get.
Was that on Bradshaw?
Yeah.
He lives with your mom?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I would have tried, and probably wouldn't have been able to get that.
Okay.
So it probably wouldn't have worked.
I got you. What else on your mind?
Nothing really.
You hungry?
No, I had pizza.
Okay. You go with the water?
Yeah.
Need to use your restroom or anything? I told you to bang on that wall if you need anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bathroom, hungry, water. Cool?
Yeah.
Well, anything else you want to add? Let me in and I'll talk to you some more. Anything you need to get off your chest?
No.
No?
I'm at Courtney. She's a mental health clinician. Okay. Is it okay if we just talk down?
Yeah.
Sit down and talk to you for a little bit? Have you eaten and everything? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. What did they get you to eat?
Pizza.
Alright. Well, obviously, I mean, it's kind of what happened today. I mean, do you want to just tell us what happened kind of in your own words? We'll probably ask you a lot of questions that you've already answered probably 100 times already. But,
Well, about 2 months ago, I was going to kill myself, but I realized that wouldn't really make a point or anything. So I figured if I'm going to die, might as well do something crazy. And then I decided, first day of school, I'll just shoot some kids in and off myself. But I fired the first shot, and one of the teachers came over to me before I could get a second shot off.
Mhm.
So I only shot one person. I don't know who. I didn't have any real specific targets.
Okay. So you said 2 months ago you've been feeling suicidal?
It started back in 4th grade, but
4th grade? Okay. Well, I mean, what do you think has upset you the most? Or,
I just don't like people.
okay. And have you like talked to any doctors about that? Any psychologists? Or
No.
never? Okay. So you've never been diagnosed with anything?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And did you have a plan on how you wanted to kill yourself, or have you had a few plans, I guess, since the 4th grade?
Just shoot myself is always the one. It's focus.
Okay. What's the closest you've ever come to that?
Today.
Today? Okay. So you planned, I mean, how many rounds did you have?
21.
21? And you're not sure who the person that you shot was at all? Okay. Okay. And what made you decide on today to do this? Or?
First day of school, but I don't know. Just why not?
And did you tell your parents that you felt bad, or have you told anybody that you hate the world, or
Mm-hmm.
no, none of your friends or anything?
I tell my friends that like I hate people, but I've never told anyone that I'm suicidal.
Okay. And do you get along with your parents, or I mean, anything going on in your family life
No.
that upsets you at all? Are your parents together, or are they?
They're divorced.
Okay.
They got divorced when I was in 5th grade.
Okay. Was there any sort of reason for that, or they just decided?
Just grew apart.
Okay. And do you consider yourself like a pretty violent person at all, or?
I'm not like super violent. Like I don't get in a lot of fights. I kind of stick to myself.
I mean, do you ever like go in the woods and break stuff or anything like that, or so you're not like a malicious person or anything like that?
No.
Jump in whenever you want there.
The scratches on your arm, is that something that you do regularly? Is that to relieve stress? Is it because you want to hurt yourself?
I just like the way it feels.
How are you feeling now after everything that's happened today?
Same.
Same. So if you had a gun here, you'd try to do the same thing as this morning?
I'd probably just kill myself first because it didn't work last time.
Last time meaning today?
Yeah. The teacher can stop me. I'm sure a cop can stop me.
Yeah. Have they told you what's going to happen in the future with all this?
No.
No. Do you have an idea?
Yeah, GV. I don't know.
So, does that make you feel the same? Just like you don't care?
Yeah.
And how many friends do you have up at school?
There's really only 2 kids that I talk to. That's Tyler and Evan.
Tyler and Evan? Okay, and are you on Facebook and all that stuff? Or?
I don't really use it a lot, but I just happen.
Okay, did you write anything about kind of what was going to happen today on Facebook? Or?
Like I said, it's the first day of school and the last day of my life. That's it.
And nobody was concerned by that?
I did it right before I did this.
Did you, I mean, what, did you use your phone and text it? Or,
Yeah.
I mean, okay. Now, about how long had you been thinking about doing this, sir?
It started last year, but I never really thought about it a lot until 2 months ago.
You're saying 2 or 10?
2.
2.
So last year you started thinking about doing this?
Yeah.
Okay. Was there anything that kind of set that off, or?
I had a teacher I really didn't like, and it's really annoying. So.
Which teacher was that?
Miss Blake.
What was so annoying about her?
She was really, mean. Everyone hated her. She hated all of us.
Wow.
Like,
give me something specific, or.
She was really strict. You couldn't do anything. If you got done your work early and you tried to read a book, she would yell at you. You just couldn't.
Okay. Was there a specific plan to try to hurt her today? Or?
No.
No.
Not today.
Have you had plans before to try to hurt her?
I've never really followed through with any of them, but I thought about it before.
Specifically, what plans did you have?
Just the same as today. Bring a gun, try to shoot her, shoot more people when it comes.
As a kid, did you ever set fires or hurt animals, something like that? Do you ever hear things that you think other people can't hear, or see things you think other people can't see?
Mm-hmm.
No?
Okay. Have you ever gotten close to doing this last year?
No.
Or when is it you started having access to a gun? Or have you always had access?
My stepdad has a bunch of guns, but he keeps them locked in a safe.
Right.
And I've known my dad has a gun, but I had no idea where it was. But I just felt it recently, so I took it.
Okay. Where did you find it at your dad's house?
On the top of the dresser.
Was it loaded on the top of the dresser?
No, it was just up there, and there were a bunch of bullets in the case.
So the case had the 21 rounds in it?
Yeah.
And when you started thinking about doing all this, the other school shootings, did you think about those at all? Or, how did you get the idea to?
I thought about Columbine a little bit, but not much. It didn't really have any effect on me.
Okay. And, any of the recent shootings have any effect on you, like the Colorado theater shooting or anything?
No.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the worst, the saddest you've ever felt, what would you say you feel now?
7. I'm not really sad.
Well, how would you describe it?
I don't want to kill myself because I'm sad or depressed. It's because I don't like people. I don't I don't see a point in life because you're just gonna die and there's nothing after that. I think so. What's the point? And I'd rather just I don't enjoy it. It's like a script because you get up early every day and go to school, and then you get out of school, you get up early every day and go to work. So I just don't want to do that.
Was there ever a time you didn't feel like that? That life was fun or had meaning or?
When I'm with my friends, I have fun, but I never really think there's any meaning.
Okay.
And what do you like to do with your friends?
We just walk around and mess with people. I really don't know how to describe it. We'll walk around shopping centers and we'll just yell random things and like to play football.
Have you ever been arrested before this? Okay. Any sort of illegal drugs or
No.
nothing? Any prescription drugs?
No.
No? About alcohol, like any drinking?
I had a little bit of vodka this morning, but not a lot.
About how much is a little bit?
Not that much. There wasn't much in the bottle.
Okay. Do you always drink? Or
Not always.
do you sometimes drink before school?
Mm-hmm.
Or today you did it just because, did you know obviously you knew going to school today that you were going to do this? Is that why you took the drink? Or?
Yeah.
And let's say you had used the 21 round, or so the last round you were saving for yourself? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you think about getting any other weapons, or that was just kind of it?
I would have preferred a handgun, but my dad and my stepdad both, they don't have any of those.
Okay. All right. Were you curious? Were you concerned at all, like how your parents were going to feel about this? Or?
Yeah, I really wasn't until now because I was going to kill myself afterwards, so it wouldn't have mattered to me. But now I have to deal with it.
I mean, do you feel bad that they're concerned, or I mean, how do you feel right now? Guilty at all? Or?
Yeah, I feel bad for them because, like, yeah, they love me, but still, I just don't want to talk to anyone in my family.
Do you feel bad at all about the kid that just shot?
Not really.
I mean, is there anything else you kind of want to tell us at all about anything? Or?
No.
Okay, but you still feel like you want to hurt yourself? You still feel like you want to hurt other people? And let's say they sent you home, like today. What, you're saying you would hurt yourself?
I'd probably just kill myself.
Okay, and let's say you didn't have access to a firearm. How would you try to kill yourself?
Hang myself, I don't know. Jump off a bridge.
Okay, you have any brothers or sisters or anything?
I have an older sister who's 20, a little brother from my mom and stepdad who's turning 3, and on my dad's side I have a little sister who's turning 4, and my stepmom's pregnant with a boy.
Okay, are you close with any of these kids?
Me and my sister, I'm closest with my older sister, but I'm not real close with anyone. I'm not a big fan of kids.
Do they like you, the kids? Have you ever been violent towards the children at all?
No.
No? What do you do when they get on your nerves?
I usually just go up to my room and put like if I'm sitting down watching TV and they come over to me, like, I mean, I'll play with them a little bit, but I'm not too like enthusiastic about it, so
Right.
they usually end up getting bored and leaving.
Is this how you are like all the time? Would you say just kind of low key? Like is
Yeah.
this you normally? Yeah. Okay.
I mean, was there any, when you started shooting, I mean, did you feel anything then, or, I mean, any sort of adrenaline, or?
Not really. Just turned to the side and shot, and then went to shoot the second one, but then one of the teachers, I don't know where it came from, came up and like pushed me up against the vending machine. So then I just had to find the second shot to see if he would let go of me, but he didn't. So then I just gave up.
Did you know which teacher it was?
No.
So why did you just give up? I mean, if you had this plan to go in there and hurt as many people as you can.
Because pressed up against the vending machine, and I had fired both the shots, and I had no way to reload. Took no point in fighting them, but by the time I couldn't even have thought about like trying to push them off. There was a second teacher there, so I busted.
So you did, I mean, when you gave up, did you say I give up, or you just kind of fell on
Yeah,
the
they were
ground?
telling me to let go of the gun, I just let go, and they took the gun and pushed me against the wall, and I just stood around.
Alright. And the rounds you were carrying, were they in your pockets, or?
Yeah.
They weren't in your backpack or anything?
They were in my backpack throughout the day, but when I went into the bathroom to reassemble the gun, I put them all in my pocket.
Okay, has your mom been up here to see you at all? Or?
No, I told them I don't want to see or talk to any of my family members.
Alright, how long have you been cutting yourself?
Sixth grade.
Since 6th grade?
Ever require any stitches or anything?
I mean, I've been stitches because of just like accidents, but not from that.
Is it just your arm? Is it your left arm?
Yeah.
Do you have any other spots that you cut?
And your parents never saw those cuts? Or?
My mom has, but she asked about them. I just said they were nothing. And she just mad at it.
Is it on the outside and the inside, or just the outside?
Just the outside.
Okay.
Alright, so the closest you've ever come to actually trying to kill yourself was today, is that?
Yeah.
Alright, so did you think about this plan like throughout the summer? Or when did you finally?
I had thought about it mainly since in like towards like June, like towards the end of June is when I was thinking I was going to kill myself. I had a concert that I was going to, and it was with my best friend, so I said I was going to go to that and then kill myself. Then I was like, screw it, it's not going to make a point. So I just waited till today. Sure.
Yeah, what concert was it?
Mayhem Dust, it was in Virginia. It was Slipknot, Motorhead, Slayer, Asking Alexandria, Anthrax, a bunch of bands.
And what's the big point? If you could send a message to everyone, what would be your message or your point?
And make sure that the world's a place.
And then once people get that, what do you expect them to do?
I don't know. I don't care. I'll be dead. It won't affect me.
Okay.
You ever thought to yourself, like, you could try to make this world a better place, or?
If you had a magic wand and make one thing better, what would it be? To make life.
I don't know.
Do you feel like you accomplished anything today at all?
No.
So how do you get to school? On the bus? Do your parents take you?
I take a bus when I'm at my mom's, but when I'm at my dad's, he drives me.
So your dad drove you to school with the gun?
No, I took the gun in my mom's on Sunday, and then I unassembled it, put it in my bag, and then off on the bus.
Okay, so you got on the bus with the gun. Once again, you still feel like you want to hurt yourself and hurt other people. So if you had a chance to do this again, you would have had, what, more weapons?
I wouldn't have tried to do the same thing because it didn't work, so I would just kill myself instead.
Okay. All right, well, I appreciate you taking some time to talk to us. Is there anything else you need, or you're all right?
Awesome.
All right. All right. Well, thanks for talking to us. Appreciate it.
Good luck.